Hello and welcome back. Today we're playing Victoria 3 as Spain in the patch 1.2.1 open beta. In the interim, we have declared a war to subjugate Venezuela. Last episode, what we did is we did a lot of expanding the market and getting protectorates through the market. We got protectorate on Iraq as well as Portugal. So this is pretty big. It seems easier in 1.2.1 to get protectorates, which is part of their overall adjustment to expansion. So now it seems that, you know, going sort of this expansionist route, dominioning, puppeting, this sort of stuff, it seems to be a little more fine-grained in such a way that, you know, you might have a different strategy for different things, where puppeting looks appropriate, dominion looks appropriate, and taking states looks appropriate, especially with the subject annexing cost, or the declaring war on the subject cost, now being 0.25 instead of 0.1, which means protectorate into dominion into annex is still going to cost quite a lot overall. So yeah, let's take a look and let's get into it. In the queue, we are currently losing money, and we're about to be losing a lot more money because in the queue we have quite a bit of, you know, government expenditures. We have a government admin, several unis, and some barracks and some naval administrations, but we're going to be looking to have a bit of a come up. We get people asking for defensive packs. We're going to say no. I wonder if this is just because we loaded. It's a bunch of people who are in the customs union, but I'm guessing that they just backed down here. New Granada has also joined against us, which is a bit unfortunate because they're in our customs union, so they will get booted if this actually goes to war. We would prefer it doesn't go to war, but we could maybe ask for something from New Granada here as well. I think that maybe we just ask for the war reps. And I think there's a decent chance we get it back down here. We will put everyone on the front. We are really hoping they just back down. Why can't... Okay, Venezuela backs down and they become a subject. So now we have 11 infamy, and so we can declare a kind of a more of a small ball type of war, and the market expands once more, and we almost have all of South America in the market. Of course, down here is not in the market because it's not colonized yet. We still have to get Brazil. Let's look to annex maybe one of our subjects that we have formed. We annexed Spain. We are looking to... we had a little bit of an awkward situation with Tripoli, where we failed to annex them in a war, and they broke free, which is actually kind of wonderful that it's getting a bit more difficult to just kind of run over people. I think that this is overall a good thing. Let's see, how much to... We can get these guys in our customs union pretty easy. How much to conquer Cambodia? 13. So it'll overall be less if we puppet them first, but they're subjects, so I think that's why we can't. Dominioning them would take a hot bit of infamy. So we could try and bankroll and get them in the market, but they don't have... We have to open Siam's market first. So maybe we go after something like Siak and just dominion them. A nice little bit of infamy. It is preferable that we just keep declaring wars kind of on oop. And here we have some instability in patch 1.2.1. I will be reloading and seeing if we can keep going. Alright, we are back, I hope. We still now have to redo this war that we just did. I think mobilizing is important for them backing down as well as putting in the war goals. So we will redo that even though we had already done it. And then for here, we will add the war goals of war reparations on both of them. We won't add them to primary. We really want them to just back down. That way we maintain New Granada inside the market. And hopefully we can get this without any problems. I think we will be going for Siak again. This seems like a fine place to expand. Venezuela backs down. There is quite a bit of oil in this little tip here. So, and I think I was saying this, we want to keep declaring wars so that France can't declare wars. Because France, we have an alliance with France. If we just keep declaring wars, then they can't declare wars. They automatically get dragged into every one of their wars, and there doesn't seem to be anything they could do about this, so we would rather just have always our wars than never their wars. And so, yeah, this seems kind of the way to do things. Looks like they're still keen on getting through. And now that they're in our market, sorry, this Shewa is looking to form Ethiopia, it looks like. Now that they're in our market, hopefully they've cleaned up their PMs a little on the barracks. It looks like they have. They are running the penalty, though, for the equipment adjustment, because they just swapped them over. Looks like, was that a sway of the Dutch East Indies and Netherlands? We, of course, they are still fearful, very likely to back down, minus 75 military strength relevance, or relative. So we will look to liberate, or sorry, liberate subject, to liberate the Dutch East Indies. And I think we also wanted to liberate Banjar and Tidor. And get war reps off of both of them. It's very unlikely this war pops off. We could be a little bit more prudent, but they backed down. I was going to say we could be a little bit more prudent and hold off, because if Great Britain joins, we would want to put more than one war goal in on them. Currently, we are researching ironclads, which is going to be a big deal. We unlocked the PM for first aid, which I think that since it has more recovery rate, did this get buffed? Okay, we're going to take first aid, though, because we do have an opium supply, so we can afford to do it. And then I think we will go after Aish now, and dominion them. It's another little snippet of infamy, but again, we just kind of want to keep declaring wars. Alright, Siak is a dominion, so there is no front. They are not automatically pulled into wars with us, but we're pretty fine with this. Starting to make some serious cash, despite just... Oh, okay, the spending is coming through. As I was saying earlier, we have quite a lot of, you know, Unities, barracks, and other stuff coming up, so we should be pretty solid in the losing money camp once all that completes. But this is fine. We are working on a government admin. We're going to add in... Well, no, I don't think we need to add another one. Because, if I recall correctly, we haven't swapped all of them over. Yeah, we have not. So we're just going to... Western Andalusia, we're going to swap this over, and then we should be in okay shape. We're going to swap over Catalonia, too, because we're going to be kind of close. Great Qing sides with Aish, which is fine with us, relatively speaking. Especially because we're ramping up the military right now. But what we will do is... How likely is this war to go through? So minus 75, so it's likely that this war does not go through, but we will still try and pick off war reparations from Qing. We will not go for any of Qing's land, though, because it is unlikely to go through. We'll mobilize this guy, put both these guys on the back. I think we will promote this guy. And promote... this guy as well. And we'll leave that guy where he's at. They still need to fill in. I think we have... If I'm not mistaken, this guy can get promoted and lead more. Nope, I was mistaken. Yeah, we don't have any more reservists, so this is fine. We're in fine shape. We are going to try and release countries from Great Qing. But probably, if we knew what so Shaanxi would be where we would want to release, and then Xi'an as well. But I don't see any of those exact, or here's Shaanxi. So I guess we release this, if we can. And then Sichuan, and then... Just trying to cut them in half. I don't know exactly where Xi'an is. Uyghur is up here, so that'd be a fine release too. We can pull them into the market. We're just going to release that and see where it ends up, and then revoke their claim on Beijing if this war does go through. That's not rightfully Chinese land, it's rightfully Spanish land. Now, this is a problem right here, this convoy's problem. And so, I think what we're going to do is we're going to add some infrastructure, some naval bases to kind of help deal with that. Not too many. One of the problems is that... let's look at places that have negative infrastructure, and then we'll add there. Nejd has other problems, so we'll add one there. One of the problems is we are about to finish ironclads, and then we're going to swap to Netherlands sides with them. Maybe we should have left some more maneuvers. We definitely should have, because we would have loved to liberate Dutch East Indies here. And we don't even have enough to go for war reps on Netherlands. So this is unfortunate. I think maybe as soon as we research this PM, we still swap to ironclads, like right away. This will be bad for us in the short term. But I think ironclad is like such a better tech that it doesn't matter. I think now that they're probably not as fearful. They're still minus 75. That is wild to me. It must be because France is on our side. So they're still very likely to back down here. And now we're running positive, but maybe... not sure what exactly did that. I'd have to look at this more closely to see if it had to do something with one of our trade routes decreasing because we were running negative, which would certainly make sense. We're just about to run a fat deficit here. In general. Do have some movements here. Not too keen on giving in to them, so we'll just keep doing us, kind of where we want to be. Russia, we don't want a defensive pact with Russia. We're going to check our bankrolls and see what we can do. We cannot protectorate them until we are a little bit stronger, but we're almost that little bit stronger. We cannot invite them to a customs union unless we give them an obligation. Mexico still doesn't like us very much, so that's fair enough. I would be a little bit leery of us, too. I'm glad we are building up the military right now. Let's see if we have any reservists. I don't think we will. We have some in Zanj. We want to get rid of those. Oh, those must be conscripts. Interesting. And war breaks out. So, interesting. We will focus on Great Qing first, I think. We could look to land Aish. I think as a consequence of this, we actually want to swap all of our stuff up to the steamers. Because we're not going to be landing immediately, and then steamships are much stronger. So we're going to go steamships here. Oh, this is some PM business. And then with the government, not the government administration, where is the boat makers? Where are you guys? There you are. You're on steamships already. Oh, we just swapped you to steamships? Okay, so we gotta go in here. And swap you all to ironclads. 80%. That's actually a little bit too much. We're gonna stay on this for a little bit, for the duration of this war. Okay. We are gonna be building up the barracks here. So I think what we're gonna do is, I think we let this ride and just hope we do okay in these battles. The problem is our PMs are not so much better than theirs. Maybe we should just defend so that we win battles versus them. I guess that will not be an option right now, except for this guy, he can defend. And then once these battles finish, I really wish you could queue defending, because otherwise you have to wait for the battle to finish specifically. But I don't think we're going to get a push off into these guys, yeah, very easily. Maybe we can over here. It seems that they've put less guys over here. So maybe we can push this out and then reinforce this front. I don't think we're going to get the push off here. This seems unlikely to me. Especially because, I mean, they're actually using decent PMs. Hopefully France manages to do a little bit of something in this war. I do think we actually need to land with the 20 stack, actually. So we'll do that. And since this guy can maybe push in, we're going to just defend with this guy. That way we are not Losing battles seems particularly bad, so defending seems a lot stronger than it did previous patch in terms of micromanaging the battles. And the battles are over a lot quicker too, so this is a thing. Well, hopefully we'll get stuck in here. Let's have you defend the front. I think we can defend pretty comfortably against these guys, and we have a pretty... I think we can push these guys too. The barracks are finishing, so these guys will recruit up quite a bit. Get industrial boom, boost them further. What is this? Okay. Maybe we can push in here. France is having a hard time trying to do that. They are having a hard time pushing us. Our landing pops off. Looks like it will be successful. We unlock multiculturalism and compulsory primary school. So we probably want to see if we can do the compulsory primary school. The industrialists are so happy with us, I don't think they'll mind too much. Ah, but we need the trade unionists in the government. I don't think there's a good way to do that. Ah, this isn't too bad. We could always decrease taxes to make this work. I don't think we're going to do it right now. I think we just want to settle in here a little bit. Don't know what happened with this. We will try and move to the front. It feels depleted. It is unfortunate. What is this about? Our guy like fully gets everything and then he just loses it all? Yeah, that I really hate how you can unassign from a front because it just bricks everything. It's a bit frustrating. I think we're doing okay against China here. We are pushing here, or not, with the blunder. Apparently not. Things are a little bit more volatile than they were before. We do have the auto queue kicking in, so we're gonna have a lot more recruits soon. Just double checking. Ethiopia gets formed. Hot. We should be able to get a landing off here. They can't enforce on us. So actually, if they can't enforce on us, if we can't decay below 0, maybe we should land China instead. And we'll land in Suzhou, which I think is relatively less populated, because we can't get enforced on, and I would rather, if we enforce on Aish, then maybe China can enforce on us, which would be a bit uncomfortable. We get an obligation from Persia. We're going to absolve it to tick us up to friendly here. Looks like, no, we're not going to get the push through here. Maybe we should land this to unlock our other guys. Our 80 stacks should be able to defend pretty comfortably here. They do have expert defensive strategists, and they are persistent. And they have 80 boyos, so good luck. I think they will also just lose a bunch of battles, and this will lose war support as well. Might need to promote this guy to get them more units. Just taking a look here and seeing if we have any in reserve yet. I think we made enough guys to maybe have some in reserve. Again, here is our negative money coming in. Should handedly win the naval battle. Maybe we need to switch off of advancing here with this guy not making much ground. He is not making any ground either. We get an obligation from Ethiopia. Let's take a look at our infamy. So we can afford to protectorate Ethiopia. And we have a truce with them, so we can't do that yet. So we will just hold on to that obligation. Now, what can we do to try and... Maybe we want to expand the military a little bit? Did we really... Here, let's get rid of this East Borneo one. And maybe in the capital, another 10? I don't know. Another 15. I'm not sure we get this landing off. Looking a bit grim. We're going to take a look if this guy's involved in battle. He is, unfortunately. Oh, but it looks like he's going to advance. Huh. And we're just winning battles defending here. This isn't going to go through, I don't think. We will promote. Oh, this guy's already fully promoted. How's this battle doing? It's not going too well. It's kind of back and forth here with China. They're a lot stronger than they normally are. France is trying to advance. God bless them. Maybe we try and take them out of the equation. This guy's won a string of battles though here. It's giving him some popularity. Alright, we need to put stuff in our construction queue, it seems. Although it looks like you'll get the spillover both ways, where if you aren't using government and there's extra private construction to be done, that they'll pay for it. Ooh, we can go vacuum evaporation. Why is that not profitable? Is fertilizer really expensive? Interesting. We're going to try and push the economies of scale bonus here. We're going to take a look at infrastructure. Looks like we're doing okay. Kind of missing a little bit here and there. It's because of lack of convoys more than anything. Which is going to negatively affect our ability to flow. So we're going to want more infrastructure in Beijing. So we're just going to build up a couple ports here. Eventually we will want more infrastructure. We do get a little bit of a push here. So we've taken some ground there. I think now we want to just... Let's see if we can enforce on Aish here. Get them out of the... Or actually, I would like to get the Netherlands out of the equation, because they are actually raiding my convoys. So let's see if our 20 stack can land on them. That'll be nice if they can. We are losing a lot of money now. Might want to curb that a little bit. I think once we get to maybe half in our debt, we will up the taxes to try and cover. Don't think it's quite necessary yet. It looks like we are able to get some pushes off here. It's a little back and forth, but we're winning just by defending over here. We could increase the size. We could promote this guy to give him a larger share of the soldiers. We'll set this to use dynamite, I think. Yeah, some of our convoys are getting sunk here. We are starting to get more of a push here. I wonder if this is them starting to fall apart. They have lost a ton of battles. Let's take a look here. We are getting our naval battle on. Comfortably winning it. So France is out. Japanese Shogunate sides with Qing here. Hopefully we get the convoys we get from this are going to be useful. Netherlands is out. We have to keep in mind, if we even lose a slight little bit of sand there, we will get enforced on very, very quickly. Why can we not land with our 20 stack, man? What? Oh, because they're involved in a battle with the Netherlands? But this battle should be over because they got enforced on? That's a little bit strange. But sure, fair enough. Looks like we are able to get a push on that. Do you have a really bad defense modifier? What's going on? Poor supply something? I don't know. Once they push all the way, though, we can use this bigger guy to try and land close to the capital. So this is going to be nice. Ooh, China is going to have some problems. We just have to hold out until Russia claps them. So I think that this battle's... I think for whatever reason this battle didn't end. That's going to be nice. But not yet for us. What we can do is we can start swapping... let's say in the capital, we could swap to covered markets. We're going to credit the trade unionists. We kind of want them to get some clout. And this war is actually very nicely timed for us because Russia is going to make give Great Qing a beating. I'm going to try and enforce on them with our 20 stack again. Hopefully this time it works out a little bit better. Still a little bit buggy in terms of front selection and that sort of thing. We are losing a little bit of money. Let's take a look. Our investment pool is empty. Okay, if our investment pool was huge, we would turn on the PMs. But now Great Qing should fall apart here with this advance. You know, just make short work. They are no longer pushing here. And, they are fighting valiantly, but, you know, can't fault them. Rock in a hard place, that sort of thing. Let's take a look. We will push onward here. This building is very profitable. We're going to try and, this is 41, 51. Get the max economies of scale throughput bonus, and we'll add a railway at the front. We get our naval landing battle, and I assume we'll enforce on them pretty quick here following this, which leaves just us and China in the fray, if I'm not mistaken. And they're not super happy. They have negative gold reserves, and the relative strength of the mobilization is a pretty big deal. I wonder what this war is over exactly. They want a Hebei treaty port, conquer this, and Russian war reps. If we were releasing Vligerstan, that'd be really nice, because we release it so they can't conquer it. Unfortunately, I don't think we are. So more reps are going to be nice for taking care of this, though. Subjugate-ish. We're going to take a quick look through our bankrolls. See if we can absolve. Now you're at 51, so close to protectorating. You are at 52, also close to protectorating. You are friendly. We can almost get you in a customs union. We'll get an obligation soon enough, though. We have an obligation with Mexico. We're going to absolve it. Hopefully they start looking more friendly towards us. We don't have an obligation with you. We don't have an obligation with you. I want to get you in the customs union, though. The economies scale throughput bonus will be very nice. Coal is... okay, there's a boom shortage. Let's see if we can try and help solve that a little bit. I think I'm going to look... I know there's a place in the that's not in the capital that's producing boom booms. We're going to try and find it and build it up a little bit. Glacia. And we're going to switch to make all more boom booms as well. Gonna try and swap up those PMs. We're not using dynamite everywhere. We would like to be using dynamite everywhere. We'll try and swap up PMs. Gonna be a little uncomfortable. It should encourage the AI to build a little bit more of that stuff. They are currently building a lot of arms stuff, which is not going to be as profitable when we're not at war, but I guess we're kind of always at war now. We do have a little bit of excess authority. I guess we're going to start taxing the liquor. I know the liquor does tax the lower rung pops, but we are a little strapped for cash. Gonna probably soon be increasing taxes a little bit. I don't think we can spend through this. Well, we kind of are spending through it. Maybe we can. This is quite expensive, though. Paying a lot in subsidies, so let's actually try and solve that. We are going to, in all the rural stuff except for opium, because we want the opium to produce more, we're going to start turning on railways. This will both encourage the auto construction to build less of these, and also it'll make stuff more profitable. We are going to stay on that, and we're going to turn it on for these as well. These actually makes them more profitable, which is interesting. And let's do that for you. And now that should make the subsidies go down because the railways are more profitable as the demand for transportation increases. So that'll handle that. We're paying quite a bit in interest, a bit in subsidies, or quite a lot in Diplopacts. This is a huge amount. So if we could get off of this, so much the better. But we are looking to protectorate some people. Great Qing has to be close to having enough of this, I have to imagine. We will see about landing the capital here. We're close to the capital. And maybe we promote this boyo, because he is the one that's trying to push. And I think that we have no... Yeah, we have no available guys. But now we have... There are quite a few less... Oh, no, there's still quite a lot on that front. I mean, we're just winning every single battle, but we need to take something. We need to get Shaanxi or Xi'an or the capital, so we're going to try and land them. They, of course, are getting wrecked here on these fronts. We would love this push to start getting more successful over here. It's been a little bit mixed. I think we're going to do this... a little uncomfortable. I think we're also we kind of just also want to up construction, so we're gonna do this as whoa. That's a big penny. I guess we're gonna need to kind of preemptively expand the glassworks. We're gonna try and find the highest level building that is not in the capital, which looks to be Valencia. We should handedly win here. We're decaying a lot of infamy in this war. Of course, this is a bit of an expensive war. Wish we could get more of a push in through here. But we are struggling. The 20 stack might just be too small. Let's promote them. Which, of course, takes away from our other guys, but this is fine, I think. They're going to be asking for white peace, I assume. But not with this going on. He's going to get at least one push, and he's going to be on the capital, so they will start decaying. Especially if this 150 is not here in time. Yeah, this is just slaughter. Yeah, and instantly... Now, it's important that a huge portion of this is because they've taken enormous casualties. 26 of it is just off the casualties, just because they've been dying up here. Not because we occupied the capital, but us occupying the capital makes it eligible to go below 0, and then it just unloads the floodgates here, and they're just going to get enforced on. And so we can actually start swapping over PMs that we were not previously for reasons. So let's go steamships here. Let's take a pause. We're going to do these to ironclads. Of course, this is kind of suicide if they don't back down, but I think we're fine. Yeah. People gotta know of his depravity. And then from this, we get the bonus. I guess we'll do power projection for now. And we liberate Shaanxi, which is kind of where we wanted. And Xi'an is not where I wanted, but this is fine. We're gonna try and get both into the market. So we're gonna bankroll both. These guys might be a little harder because we're not adjacent. And that alleviates a lot of the pressure because we are getting now 46k from them. So we will decrease the taxes. We do want to be deficit spending. Just not that much deficit. It's gonna import room for steamers, that's nice. We could declare another war now, so let's take a look at our infamy. Our infamy is 0, so we could declare quite a big war if we wanted. I don't mind something over here. I guess we could have released them and puppeted them later. Kind of want to do a little bit of a bigger war. They are kind of a big war. They humiliated us before. Let's have another go at them. So that'll be a decent amount of infamy. We have a ton of convoys now. So our trade routes should get a lot better. This is, of course, because we switched to industrial ports everywhere. So let's see if we can maybe do some more trade. Considerable import demand. We don't really want to import finished goods. We're trying to... Yeah, that's not... We're trying to be the exporter of the finished goods. I think we're going to 51 this as well in the queue sometimes. Ooh, steel's really expensive. So let's see if we can get steel down. I know one of you boyos is making steel, like a lot of it. This is, or finding a way to like build around the automated queue is like a little bit annoying. But we're just going to do this. We're going to set it on auto expand, and we're going to make sure that they have a proper amount of infrastructure there. Yeah, one more. Probably not going to cut it, but we'll just do it like that for now. And this place will be very profitable off the steel. What else is, let's just take a look. Tools are also expensive, ostensibly, as well. If porcelain's expensive, porcelain will also... We want to expand some glassworks somewhere, so... Let's find a place that has a relatively high-level glassworks, or is glassworks is kind of their higher thing. I did pause because I heard the thing. We'll do glassworks here. And what was the thing? Bolstering the military? Okay, so that's for the hegemony stuff. What are we researching now? Mutual funds? Fair. That's a good one. Electrical generation's a little bit better in certain situations. I don't mind pump jacks. We actually have an enormous amount of stuff to do on pump jacks. So I was going to go mutual funds into... Yeah, I think I like this. I was going to say, we already got steel frame buildings. So we'll go pump jacks next. Which means we'll need a whole bunch more steel as well. And also machines, sorry, motor industries will be important. So let's go in here. Let's find the highest level motor industry that is not in the capital. Looks like it's in Toledo, so we'll add 5 there as well. Maybe we need to resolve this a little bit. Tripolitania, trying to put them back under the thumb. Alright, we're going to swap everything over. This should help investment pool transfer. Right now it's around 200k. It specifically helps a lot when places are not fully employed, and also when you're putting it on rural buildings. Both of which we kind of have in the situation, so we're going to switch everything to publicly traded that we can. With a couple exceptions. Chemical plants is a fine one to leave off. I forgot that Papal States joined, or I didn't realize it. We'll go publicly traded on you. Definitely want military shipbuilding. Yikes. I didn't realize we weren't producing the ironclads. That's my bad. Let's go rifling. We're not going to make that publicly traded. We want them to be a little bit more profitable. Same thing with the munitions. See if you like rotary. You don't. Alright, let's go rural. And these are the ones that are going to make a big difference, because right now, currently, they're all owned by aristocrats, and this will split it between aristocrats and capitalists. Let's get you on this as well. Kind of only have one of these, but it's good. Modernizing the arsenal, you're telling me. Let's get the tech. Let's swap these over to dynamite, or nitroglycerin and then dynamite. Make them all publicly traded. We will put all the mines on auto expansion as well. Put you all on publicly traded except for the opium plants, because we want them to be built more of. Let's see if rail transportation makes it cheaper. It does not. Or more profitable. We want the auto queue to build a lot of opium, so we're trying to finagle it like that. Oop, definitely want to switch these to steam trawlers. That's my bad. Comfortably pushing them through. I assume they should give up relatively quick. We will pay a little bit more here. Or a little bit less here, actually. Let's do that. Save some money. I was going to say we'll pay more here, and then we'll add another consumption tax. We're kind of adding most of the consumption taxes all the way through. And so decreasing this, well, they'll get mad at us a little bit, but we can afford the authority we want. Ooh, I didn't see what that other one was about. Must have been an end of the war entirely. So let's take a look. What laws we maybe want to pass. Maybe we want to do this now. The trade unionist isn't strong. Well, they're not strong enough to really do anything. We do want to go for like this, but the trade unionists by themselves are not strong enough. I feel. Maybe we could just do it, but it would be uncomfortable. Private health insurance, don't want to do that until maybe we're over at 15 SOL. And ooh, we can try and go multiculturalism. I don't know why we could click the button, because we have a movement for it? Okay. It's a decent amount of support. Probably gonna hold off on that for now. Well, it shouldn't radicalize, just make him a little bit upset. Let's try for it. It'll be very nice if we can pass this. Yeah, the Intelligentsia is really mad at us, but this is a really nice one to get through, if we can. What is the odds of us getting through? 25% or 27% success chance is pretty good. Just from the movement. Interesting we get a movement for it. This seems very RNG based. And we are doing okay in there. Booming industries completed. I think we give the mines thing. We would want to protect our domestic supply of iron and this type of thing, but we can't. But this is fine because we can absolve the obligation. Why can't we invite you to the customs union? We need more Diplo. So let's see if we can declare a rivalry somewhere. We can with Prussia. I'd rather not with Prussia, but maybe this is kind of... We have a defensive pact with Austria, so if we get an alliance with Austria, they would say yes to an alliance. So maybe we go against Prussia. Yeah, kind of doesn't feel good, but we're going to do it. It's going to give us a ton. Then we could ally with Russia, or these guys once we get multilateral alliances, but this makes it so we can invite them to the customs union using the obligation. And nope, you're defending the borders now. That's unfortunate. You're also defending the borders now. You were not before. That is disappointing. We were so close to getting you. We protectorate you? No, because you're defending the borders as well. Persia, can we invite you to the customs? Well, you don't have an obligation. And Shaanxi, we can invite to customs union with our obligation. Let's do it. Oop. We stopped for 1 second, and they want to subjugate Algeria. So this is why we have to be a little bit more uppity about declaring our own wars, because now we're just going to be in France's war. I guess this is fine for now. We just won't mobilize anything. We won't contribute anything. We will build... well, no, we don't need a government admin, because we could just turn it on somewhere. Because we have excess. Let's do that. That'll keep us going for a while. You want peace? Don't mind them not liking us, so we'll do that. Getting max throughput bonus from economies of scale. Ah, or we are not, because we do not have the tech for it. We do not have shift work. We'll research shift work next. So my mistake. 31 is the max economies of scale throughput bonus right now. Or you get it at 31. Our obligation to Russia expired. Fair. Great Qing is getting quite the shellacking. I think we will up construction a little bit. What are you having shortage of? The boom booms. I need more boom booms. These are about to finish. Improved births will make them more profitable, which of course will make the auto queue build more of them. We get multiculturalism. Very lucky to get that on the first go. That means we are going to get a ton of migration now. Multiculturalism, total separation. It just took us a little bit more effort. Well, a decent amount of migration. We actually don't have that high SOL. But specifically, they should come to Castile. So this migration of 60k, it should get a lot higher. We're going to let France handle that. We want to get rid of a consumption tax here. So we're floating too much negative. Not sure we are colonizing anything. Let's take a look. Go colonize he. Down here. Looks like we kind of filled everything in. We do want the Netherlands to stop that. So we will also colonize there specifically. Try and cut them off a little. I guess we could think about, after shift work, trying to unlock more of these stuff. I don't hate going civilizing mission after. And I don't think we're particularly close to the cap on the innovation. We have 118 and our cap is 132. So we can do a little bit of this action as well, because we are making money, although we have to keep in mind that a good deal of it is off Great Qing. They are not having a good time regarding interactions with us. It's really unfortunate these guys decided to defend the borders, though, right before we could protectorate them. We're just going to keep the bankrolls on, but they are costing quite a bit. Actually, let's see who the most expensive Diplo pacts are. Brazil's really expensive, Mexico's really expensive, and Manchuria is a little bit expensive. Alright, we want to declare war before China, or before France finds one. So we don't get sucked into their war. I think... Don't quite want to annex Zulu. Annexing them would not be unreasonable. Kind of also want to invite these guys to the customs union. We're going to start bankrolling them, try and get an obligation. I think we could go for taking Booligan. Could also just annex these guys. Let's see how much infamy we have. We're at 0, so we want a little bit of a project. I mean, Dahomey will take quite a bit of infamy. Let's just take a look at what the province has to offer. It kind of already built out in terms of all the arable land. It's not quite the type of war we want. We could do something nuts like transfer Dutch East Indies, but I think this is not kind of where we want to be right now. Could also do Kiva. We just conquer Nicaragua. I don't hate that, but I don't love it either. I kind of like going after Haiti here. Let's dominion them. I guess maybe it's not the most arable land. Maybe this is a mistake. Oh well. Let's take a look at railways. We need one in Castile, so we'll do that. Pump jacks will be real nice, although we will need a lot more engines. We're kind of working on it, but why don't we click this place to auto-expand? Great Qing. Great Britain sides with them. I think that we can actually reasonably land Great Britain. Now they are worried, so I don't want to do a Great British thing that costs infamy, but what we can do, we also don't mind ceding ban slavery to them anyways. We can try and liberate Trugal States and the British Raj and Cape Colony. And also go after war reps on the British, which should be a severe kneecapping / shellacking on them if we can enforce where we will really turn up. I think that wherever the steel mills are being built, in Asturias it looks like, we will turn on steel frame building. Great Britain rivals us. We'll rival them right back, I think. And we'll stop the Prussia rivalry. It's not needed. Get pump jacks. This is nice. We still can put in a couple more things here. Why don't we see if these... Nope, rotary valve's not paying well yet. Water tube, nope, nope, nope. Okay. We do get pump jacks though. So we're gonna need quite a lot more. Oh, fertilizers. Yikes, didn't realize we could. And I don't think we can turn on the pump jacks all at once. I think we will turn them on in opium, because we would rather they could build a lot more opium. And then maybe we'll turn them on in dyes in just a second as well. And this will hopefully make more demand for engines as well. So the auto queue kind of takes care of it intelligently. Fortunate. We will put the gold in the queue because they don't build it themselves. The AI will not build it. Little unfortunate. The Dutch are starting to get in here. Nice to see the Netherlands a little bit more aggressive about colonizing now. Looks like Great Britain's getting in here too. So maybe we have to try and cut them off as well. Oh, we didn't put in another... Whatever, it's fine. We didn't put in another war goal. Would have loved to. We had some maneuvers. We could have released. We could have even gone for this. British Hero land. Might do that sometime at a later date to clean up the borders a little bit. Okay. So I think first order of business is... well, let's get both of these guys on this front, actually. Both of these big boys. And with the little boy, let's land on Haiti and look to enforce on Haiti. Now, do we have any... No, we do not have any in reserve. Okay. I think we have a plenty big military, though. Let's take a look here. We have 100... We have 1,400. That maybe isn't plenty big, actually. Yeah, they have bigger power projection than us. So we will... Also in the queue, put in some military. In case this doesn't work out too well, we'll put in Aragon, Navarra, Catalonia, Eastern Andalusia, Bajos. This will take us up to 200 battalions. Kind of a new number, big number. I think we might have a better navy than Great Britain. No, just kidding. They're not behind on tech. Good on them. AI is doing a little bit better than it normally does. On that front, I guess. So we will actually look to increase the size of our navy as well. I was under false pretenses. Alright. Up to 90. So that'll be expensive once we get there. Should get this landing off pretty easy. I think we did push them out of here. and they got moved, right? I think that this is bugged, that we can navally invade when we're already navally invading, but we will go for Wales with Claudio, I guess. And this battle gets to continue on. I do think we are going to swap off of shift work and on to... Oh, we're nowhere near landing craft. Never mind. Somehow our guy gets unassigned from the front instantly. This is a disappointment. Really annoying the way this works. Yeah. Ridiculous. And buggy. We'll take that. Do really want these guys to like us and be powerful. Unfortunately, they're neither of those things. We could decrease taxes to be more legitimate. We could do this to become more legitimate. So we'll do that for now. Get the armed forces out of here. We're getting some mass migration events now. Courtesy, I believe, of our multiculturalism. So we come in here. Do have the advantage on the Navy, which is nice. Probably gonna look to land Haiti after we land them, if we do land them at all. We are taking a bit of morale loss here. We do have a better offense and defense. Ramming maneuver. Ramming speed. Alright, I think we have a decent amount of glassworks in the queue here, so we will turn this on to steel frame as well to make it construct a little bit faster and also up our construction generally. France colonized Congo. Come on. Don't think we can swap that one. I think it gives us negative modifiers. Let's take a look. Secondary equipment adjustment. Yeah, we're not taking that. Not when these battles matter and are close. Taking a lot of casualties here, so it might be a bit of a rough land, so maybe we can't even do this. Alright, let's have a go here. Ooh. I mean, they have no general, so maybe we can swing it once we recover some of the penalty from difficult landing. And don't have such a low offense. Looks like we lost most of our troops though. So maybe this is not doable. Tuat. Oh, that's between France and Tuat. We have a obligation with Persia. So we're gonna invite them to the customs union. Very nice. The customs union grows more. It's quite large. I don't know if we're going to be able to swing this one though. We are going to try and land with the 35 stack on Haiti again and probably get an enforcement here. The difficult landing modifier is a little bit hard to get through, though. Manchuria, are you defending the borders? Yes, you are. Ethiopia, are you defending the borders? Yes, you are. Brazil, can we protect her at you? No, but we're close. Mexico, can we invite you to the customs union? We can. New Granada, can we protect her at you? No, and you're defending the borders now. Persia, don't have an obligation. Shangzi, can we protect her you? No, because we have a truce. And you're defending the borders. Xi'an? Nope. like Great Britain shellacking them around a little bit. Nice that we get avant-garde activated. We are, of course, decaying from the negative we got from hitting multiculturalism in. But that is going to be nice. Can we go for restricted child labor? Who supports this? Is there a movement? Yeah, there's a movement. Let's go for it because there's a movement. Trade unions like us, but of course, industrialists do not like us. We are making hand over fist, so in the capital we're going to turn on the steel frame building. Construction continues to grow. We get a landing off, or we will in a sec. And hopefully our guy does not immediately unassign from the front like he did before. Just making this enforcement quite difficult and not fun. It's a bummer that we couldn't like use the ironclads spike, I think, too. We're gonna try landing Great Britain again, but I don't think we could use the ironclads power spike, really, to push this through. So the guy is here. We're going to wait for there to be a battle before we try and landing. Alright, so battle's started. We're going to try landing now. Naval invasion. Let's go for West County, I guess. And use Lorenzo. Probably not going to be able to get it off, but we'll see. They should start decaying. Yeah, they're going to decay 25. A huge portion of this is the casualties. Just next tick, at least. We will go in, and we will, now that there's been a little bit of adjustment in these things, we will swap on automatic irrigation on a couple more things. Gonna steam donkey all these. Well, not profitable. This is bugged. We should be able to swap it, but we can't. Don't know why they're not decaying below 0. Oh, okay, because there's 2 states and we landed the wrong one. Fair enough, I guess. I guess we move this guy here. Or actually, we probably want to keep him a little bit closer to home in case this landing works. Looks like we're going to get a faster landing through these guys and maybe lose less of our ships, and so that landing will be a little bit better, I hope. Do they land Zulu, or what are they thinking here? I'm thinking they get enforced on here. We will take the intergroup attraction. Definitely. Maybe we can land them. Of course, we are getting a ticking negative. That's pretty quick, so this is probably our last chance to land. And then we'll just have to capitulate. We will swap all of these over to standard filing, and we get shift work. Central Archives is complete. I love bureaucracy, except I love this one more. We get a battle. Yeah, our offense is just too much lower, I think. I think we lose this. I think we're gonna lose men, and we'd just as soon not lose the men, so let's see what we can do. We'll just let them ban the slavery. We'll propose it. This is fine. And then we immediately want to look for a war. But I think I'm going to call an end to this episode. We've had 2 productive wars, or relatively productive, 1 or 2 large wars. One with Great Qing that was very productive. We got war reps from them. That's a big reason that's propping us up. If we take a look here, we're getting like 46k from them, I think. Yeah, 45.7. And then we also, subjugated Haiti, subjugated Tripoli again after the embarrassment that was our first attempt at subjugating them and then annexing them. People are starting to come in on the Congo. We don't like that, but we'll see what we can do about it. it is what it is to some extent. You know, in terms of tech, we're kind of a little bit more keen on rushing forward for malaria prevention at this point. We only would have, the malice would not be so huge, and so we might go like camera, something like this, and then malaria prevention, which will be a little bit ahead of time, but not tremendously ahead of time, just 4 years to research. We might even research it next. We'll see exactly how we're feeling, but just so we can cut off the Congo, really, because we're quite close to being able to cut off the Congo, and maybe we can get, you know, a dominion off on Iraq and what is it, Portugal next episode. We'll see. They're starting to get pretty low there. For now, we will probably look for a war in the interim and declare it, and then we will be back and off on our way. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.